Welcome to the fourth pillar of Organizational Mastery. This pillar, I call it learning organization. So the idea of this pillar is to help you to build a company where we can share knowledge within the entire organization to make sure that you can tap into the knowledge of every single employee that you have in your organization. The tool that I will use to explain this concept is called community of practice. Community of practice are not a new concept. This is something that several companies have been using for years, but one company that was very popular was the Shell company, the oil company. On the 80s, they tried to, or actually they not tried, but they were running the company in this way. So every time they dig a well in the middle of the ocean, they treat that well as a small startup. So they were very independent, and that actually worked pretty well for them. But as soon as they started to dig more and more and more wells, they started to identify the problems that each different startup, let's say, was facing was quite similar to every other oil well, right? So what they wanted to do is they started to think away, okay, how can we share the knowledge between these different wells so that we don't need to lose time learning everything from scratch? So they called at that time the community of practice. They create a community around people with the same skill set across the entire wells where they were sharing the problems they were facing. Okay, and that concept started to become more and more popular until it arrived to the companies today. So this is a very, very popular concept in today's world. And I will explain how you can actually apply it in your own organization. As I explained in the previous pillars, when you have an organization around projects, but doesn't matter if it's projects or products, or actually when you have a company around products, and it doesn't matter if it's products or projects, what matters is you have people working in some specific areas. But let's take the definition that we used in the previous slides, on the previous videos, and we think about that we have a company around products. So when you have products, you will have teams inside of each different product. And I define community of practices in this case with 4 levels, okay? So the first level is the team level. So basically you have a team of people and people come together to share knowledge. So think about, for example, a lunchtime, pizza time, or something that someone that has some good ideas at the end of each sprint and they want to share something that they learn with each other, right? So you can do that. And the way you can do that is you book a lunch every 2 weeks, or you say that every Friday you have a book club. So basically you select a book and everyone goes home and reads a chapter, and then they come back after 2 weeks and they discuss what they learned out of these books, and then they discuss how they can implement that on the daily basis. So the whole idea is you learn something new and you share with your colleagues, and basically you discuss with them how you can implement the learnings that you got out of it in your daily work. The second level is product level. Okay, so the idea is the same, but what you want to do is to do this around cross teams inside of the same product. Okay, so exactly the same concept as before, but now instead of being very local on your team, you want to expand a little bit on your product. The third level is organizational. So as you can imagine, your team or your company has different products. So what you want to do is do exactly the same stuff that you did before on the team level and the product level, but you want to do it now on the organizational level. So if you do a small summary, first is here, just on the team, then the second one is on the product level, and then what you want to do is expand it to the organizational level. And basically what you are doing is expanding all the entire knowledge and sharing the knowledge cross organization, and this will allow everyone in the different products to access the knowledge. And let me share you an example. A couple of years ago when I was working with a company, we did this within the team. One of the guys was working in a very specific area on the continuous delivery pipeline. So they actually create something really cool, and every time someone was coming, he was doing a presentation. So this was a format that he was sharing with the people every month, the same format over and over again, the way how they learn, how they did it. So he was sharing to the rest of the other teams, the other organization. So what they did was they actually end up recording one of these sessions, and that video ended up as being like an onboarding material for the entire company. And that was such a huge success that they started to record more and more and more of these kind of explanations so that they could teach everyone in the organization on the team level, on the product level, and on the organization level. And this is something that you can really actually implement in your company, in something that really takes the knowledge of every single individual to the next level, and you can actually tap into the collective knowledge of your company. And the last one is external. So here, when we join companies and we help our customers establish, for example, external meetups. So imagine that you have your company, and you have a lot of other companies in your area, and what you try to do is to do a meetup and inviting a lot of these people to join your meetup, and you can discuss several topics based on the interest of the meetup, right? You can discuss a meetup about product development, you can ramp up a meetup about finance, you can ramp up a meetup whatever you want, and then basically you try to get people from the rest of the entire city or the country, whatever you want to do, or even virtual nowadays, and you can get people to come and listen to you. But the more important, and this is when you start to take it to the next level, is when you organize the meetup, but you actually invite other people from other companies to come and share the best practice they are applying in their organization. This actually worked very nicely for us in the past. One of my customers, we helped them to do this, and actually they were able to save a huge amount of money in recruitment fees, because actually when you do this and you start to bring people together and you start to create all these cool things, people really start to see your company as a really cool company that they would like to work. And we had at that time in that company several people that we needed several people to work with us. So basically, we used the meetup to recruit people, and we recruit around 10 people, and that time it was Germany. It was around 100,000 euros that my customers saved in recruitment fees. So as you can imagine, if you implement all of this stuff, I'm pretty sure that you can really start to tap into the collective knowledge of your company and really take the knowledge of your company to the next level. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to know more, just browse the book, and the book will have all the information that I explained here in a much more detailed level. If you want to know a little bit about your leadership style and if you will succeed as a digital leader in our digital era, just go to www.organizationalmastery.com/scorecard and take the scorecard. They will measure your leadership style in the entire blueprint that I presented before. Or last but not least, if you want to know more about our academy, we are putting up and running a digital leadership accelerator academy where you can get all the skills to learn everything that you need in order to build a fantastic digital product organization in the digital era. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.